Hello, thank you so much for joining me, and today we're going to be doing crafts with mudlarking finds. Welcome back to another Christmas craft. Now this Christmas craft I have taken inspiration from a gift I got from Charlotte. Charlotte very kindly made me this. Okay, it's a little clock with mudlarking finds in it and all sorts of bits and bobs and bits and pieces on it. Okay, so I don't want to look at it too closely because I don't want to copy it, but the inspiration for this Christmas craft has come from this clock. Okay, but I know I've looked at it many times, but I don't want to look at it now because I don't want it to influence me too much in what I'm going to make for Christmas. But I just wanted to show you that that is where I got my inspiration from for this craft. Okay, so let's go down to the table and see what I managed to get to make this craft. Okay, so I've been looking in the charity shops for a second-hand alarm clock, but I couldn't find one. So the cheapest on eBay was about $4.99, and it was I don't know whatever that is, a superhero clock. So I've just merely unscrewed all the clock bit, which you don't need, but you never know, might come in handy for something else because it is a full, working clock. So I'll put that in the pile of things to keep for just in case. But yeah, so that's all I've done. I've just took all the gubbins out there. And next thing I want to do is I want to remove the legs. Hang on, like so. I'm just going to put that back on it so we don't lose it. Put the nut and bolt back on it. Yeah, take the glass out. Keep that to one side. Oops. There we go. So we've got to take the legs off just because I want to decorate this main body. Or take the bells off as well. Okay, that's one off. I think I'm going to decorate the bell as well. Okay. So just putting these nuts and bolts back together. Otherwise, I'll lose them and I won't know how it's gone back. Okay, so if I just take all these apart, then I don't want to decorate the handle. I want to leave it silver. Okay, sorry, let me just put that on there so I don't lose it. So that's off the bell. So I want to decorate the bell. So we've detached that. Let's detach everything else. That second bell. Oops. And the leggy bit. Okay, that on there and that on there. Handle I'll leave silver because the whole thing is going to be very much similar colourways to the last thing that I made. Okay, this is the whites and the silvers, that sort of colour. Okay, I'll keep the clanger. Might put that back on, might not. As a fixed clanger. Right, okay, so we've got that we want to decorate. We've got the two bells. And what I want to incorporate is probably, I've already got 3 Christmas things that I've found. And this is by far the best of any of the Christmas things that I've found. But this was found in Yorkshire. Everybody that we were on a lark with, including Mick, walked over it, didn't see it, and I saw it, and that is amazing. It's a Santa on a motorbike, perfect condition apart from the fact that it's got no paint left on it, which is only to be expected. But I want to do something around that because I want to display it. At the minute, it's just on a shelf, not doing anything. So I want that to have its own special little thing to display it in. Okay, so that's what this is all based around, Charlotte's clock and displaying that. Okay, so we'll put that to the side for now. I did have a couple of little moulds of frozen Charlottes. That was the burnt one that I found. I couldn't tell you which one that was, but that's another one that I found. But they were just moulds. I would have made more moulds, but I couldn't find them. They're tidied away nicely. Right, when I did the last craft to test out this rock candy, I tested it out on a piece of wood. So I put the napkin on and I tested it on here before I did the actual craft, just to see what it looked like, and it worked fine. I also tested out along the edge, which I'm not sure if you can see. See how the edge is a bit different? It's only because I was testing it. And that's micro beads. I've had these for, oh God, I don't know, probably 10 years. A long time. I've never ever used them. They're just the tiniest micro beads. So this little thing was a tester for it. I tested the rock candy there and then round the edge. Micro beads. To be honest, it's just like the rock candy, but not quite so shimmery. Can you see? Just round the edge. But, so anyway, I have this ready done. It's a little bit too small to go in the back, but I think if I stick it on something and then cut the other thing I stick it on, I think I might be able to use that in the back there. Yeah? So I am going to keep that, and I am going to use that later on. But first of all, we want to decorate the inside, the outside of that, and these bells. So the idea is, because I've got that one, and it will match the other thing that I made previously. The only napkins, the only serviettes I've got are that one that I've used already and a house one. Right, so I don't think I can mix them both. So I don't think I can mix that one and that one. I just don't think they'll go. Okay, so I'm going to stick with this one, but I know what this stuff is like. It's very thin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint all this white first, so that the background that goes under here is white, and so that it looks a bit better than sticking it on the black background. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to give everything just a simple coat of white acrylic paint. That's all it takes. And inside, just to take the harshness of the black away. Okay, so I'll do the inside and outside of that, and then I'll obviously do the inside and outside of these bells. Okay, I'll give those a coat of paint and get back to you. They've had a quick coat of paint now. That's all I needed to do. I just needed to take the dark colour off there for when I apply this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to apply, I've took the back off the serviette already because I used it last time, and it will have like a plain backing on it, just peeled it off. I'm going to cover the whole thing in this paper, but I'm probably going to paint the inside one, because with that on the back and that on the sides and insides, I think the inside is just too much of that pattern going on. So I probably, even though I'm going to put that on it, I'm probably going to paint the inside. Okay. So yeah, I think the first thing we need to do is get something to work on, like a board of some sort, something, which obviously I have to destroy everywhere to get it. It's just behind me. There we go. Right, big brush for the Decoupage glue. Decoupage glue, usual. Going to use that to attach this. No, I don't need to cut it first, do I? Okay, well, so we've got the pattern going the right way round. I will actually cut this down the middle. Otherwise, when I wrap it round, would it still be... Hang on. I don't want to use a full one. Oh, let me see. 1 second. Right, no, so that I don't have to open a full one. Sorry, that's me just thinking. So I don't have to open a full one, which probably would be better. Cause I'm sort of like, oh no. I'm going to open a full one. Right, let's just fold it. Sorry. Let's just fold this. It's because I don't have a plan. Right, I'm just making it. I just have a basic idea and I'm making it. Right, so put those bits back. I'm not going to use those. I'm going to actually use a full one. I think, let me look. Just want to see if it goes round. Just, well, more or less. I can patch it up at the bottom. So it just more or less goes round like that. So you've got everything going in the right direction. Trees growing up in the right direction on either side. Okay. Do we need to move that camera up a smidge? 1 second. So we have our mark on the piece of paper. See that line there? That is the one I've just marked, so I just want to make it slightly bigger so that we've definitely got enough paper. Okay. Put that to one side. Somebody did suggest putting sellotape on the corner, but I forgot to bring some up with me, so it's me just picking at the corner to separate it. Sorry about that. I find it equally as annoying. Right, there we go. We've separated it. That will go. Let me find the top. That's the top. That's the back. That's the front. Okay, so I will want that definitely in the middle. Like so. We can patch up the bottom when we get to it. All right. So let's just get some glue on there and let's get this stuck on. We go, stick a patch glue on there. Right, so that's the front. The bigger bits at the back. Straight edge on there. Okay, so far so good. Let's press it on. Don't worry about the wrinkles, they can't be helped because you're going from a wider bit to a narrower bit. But the glue will sort that out, make it look a bit less noticeable. Cannot be helped because it's going from a wider bit to a narrower bit there. Okay, so let's carry on with the glue. Let's put it all over the top of the napkin now. We'll also do the edge underneath and a little bit in. It's so difficult not to bring it up to yourself to work. It really is, honestly. There we go. Right, let's carry on putting it on the outside. Right, you know what? Even before that dries, I think even before I do that bottom bit there, which isn't quite the most important bit to do, I'm going to put the rock candy on it. So give me 1 brief second. There we go. We might as well. While we've got that glue on. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to put glue on it again, aren't I? Right, so there you go. Rock candy. Yeah, I am going to do it on here. No, I'm not. I'm going to do it on a piece of card. Sorry, 1 sec. There we go. Just it's easier for pouring back on a piece of card. Right, quick before it all dries. This is the Tim Holtz rock candy. It's clear glitter. Okay, so let me just do that. Pop that to one side for a second. There we go. Tip back in. So hardly used any at all. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. We've got that just needs thinking at the bottom there, a fresh piece putting on. Might dry this first and then put that piece on the bottom, but this has got the rock candy on it. the clear glitter. Right, so before I go any further, I'm just going to give that a quick dry. That's all done now. It's glittered and it's dried, and that little bit at the bottom has been patched up. Okay, that's the front. So what we need to do now, there's the top, sorry, let me look, there's the top. Like that. That bit's the top there where the clanger would go through. Right, it's all glittered. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do exactly the same, with the bells. There you go. I'm going to do exactly the same with them. I'm going to cover them in the paper. I'm going to cover them in the rock candy glitter. There you go, both glittered. I'm just going to give those a little bit of a dry, and then I'll bring you straight back. I think what I'm going to do for the lining of there is I might as well use the white lining, because I'm going to paint it. So I was going to throw that away, but I might as well glue the back of that serviette, if it'll fit. Should do. Yeah, the back of that serviette in there to give it the same sort of texture, and then I'm going to paint it. So first of all, I'm just going to cover all of the insides in Deca Patch glue. I'm going to do it quite quick because I don't want it to dry before I get a chance to lay it on. Got everywhere there. So this is just the backing left over from the serviette. Gosh, this is quite hard. It's drying quite quickly. Right, let's just carry on giving it a coat of paint of glue, the Deca Patch glue. I'm just going to fold that edge back in on itself. It's better than just painting it, it just gives it a little bit of a texture. You know the drill. I'm just going to get the heat gun on that, give that a little bit of a zap with that, and bring you back when it's dry. Right, it's dry now. So look, you can see the bit of the black paint through it. Because it had no pattern. There's no pattern on that, it was just white. That doesn't matter anyway, because we're going to paint it. I just wanted to give it a little bit of a surface, a little bit of a texture to it, rather than painting just on the metal. Okay, so I've got this light blue. Let's give it a bit of a shake, because it's probably been sat there for ages. A light blue, which I thought lends itself nicely to that. Right, there's probably not much in it, so I'm not going to take it out of there. Give it a bit more of a shake, I think. Could do with finding a decent brush, which I don't think I've got any left. Okay, right. So the inside of it, I'm just going to paint plain. Right, I'll finish that painting off and bring you back when it's dry. Okay, that's dried now, and I also, not that you can see them, I'll just put blue on the underside of the bells. Okay, so it's dried now, but it's matte, so that's not good enough for us, is it? So we might as well, seeing as we've got them and I've never used them before, we might as well have a go with the micro beads. Just clear white micro beads. Let's just see what that looks like in there. If nothing else, just as an experiment. Right, and for that one, I think I'm going to use the tacky glue. Willow's lost the lid, as per usual, so I've just put a stopper in it. I think this probably is the best glue to use for micro beads. So, and it dries quick, so I need to get a shift on with it. There we go, I think we're all covered there with the tacky glue. Let me just make sure. Okay, pop that to one side for 1 second. See how we go with these micro beads. Difficult to tell until the glue is dry, but it's like giving it a frosting. Right, let me just put those beads back into the pot, give that a quick dry so we can properly see what the micro beads look like as opposed to the rock candy on the outside. Okay, I've dried it now. I'm not sure if you can see the effect really because of the lights, but it gives it like let me look at it to describe it here. Just like a frosting, like yeah, like a frosting, like a matte grained frosting, as opposed to the outside, which is a glittery frosting. There you go. Anyway, I've done that. It looks nice. Okay, we need to put the glass in there now, I think, before we put the legs on. Okay, so there's the glass. Just going to pop it in. It did have all the mechanism holding that front piece of glass in, otherwise it's quite loose. So I'm going to get the glue gun and I'm just going to put a couple of blobs on just to hold that in place at the front. Just a few blobs, just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, so we've got our glass in the front of it now. Okay, I've got strands of glue on it, which I will have to just pull off, otherwise they'll be in there forever, encased in there forever. Right, let's find the top. That's the top there. Okay, just so I know that the legs are down here somewhere. I think I should have marked them, shouldn't I? Oh my goodness. Right, give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to get a pin and poke to see if we can find where the legs went. Right, that wasn't too hard. I just poked it with a pin till it went through. So we've got our 2 legs. So let's just pop them on. Got one there. There you go. There's one leg on. Fiddly, very fiddly for my fingers. There you go. 2 legs on there, like so. Do we want to give them a little bit of the paint? I might just give them a little bit of the blue paint just to disguise them in there. Oh, mind you, will that go over them? No, not really. Okay. Let's get I just need a small brush. I'll do. Sorry. Because it did just look like 2 silver bolts, because that's what they are. Sticking up. A bit more disguised in there now. Oh gosh, right, what am I going to do now? What am I going to do now? Right, well we want that to go in there. So how is that going to sit? I will not permanently glue that one in. I will just, not super glue, I will just heat glue that in so that should I want to just take it off, I can just peel the glue off it. Whereas if I use that other glue, I should just stick him at the front like so. Or should I put him at a bit of an angle? I'm going to put him at a bit of an angle, but I just want to add a little bit more to the base of here. And I've got some white, really coarse glitter. So I just want to add another dimension to that, I think, by adding another bit of glitter, a coarser one. Okay, right, I'm going to add that glitter to that now. It's just a cheap one, just a cheap kids one, really. Just pressing that one on because I put a good wedge glue on. Yeah, that's just the effect I wanted. Just at the bottom, I just wanted a coarser glitter. Look at that, still half a pot left. And that's why you save it. Okay, right. got that, we've got that. I'll have to work from the front out. Right, let me see. I've got some... Oh, let me get some bits and pieces out. What have I got? I've got the snowballs. I've got little leaves. Snowflakes. Quite a few snowflakes. Could use the leaves off that. Christmas tree, I've got 2 that I could cut down. Okay, we'll put those there. What else have we got? More snow. More of the snowballs. These are the coarse snowballs. But in another box of Christmas stuff, vintage Christmas stuff that I bought. Oops, sorry, I bought a box of vintage Christmas bits there. Just like wreath bits. There is... Oops. That was my glue gun. Right, there's like a robin. That's too big. That's too big for this. Is that too big for this if I paint it? Oh, maybe. Might paint that. Might do. I'll think about it. It's a bit big. But I've got the smooth ones as opposed to those ones. Little gold ones, striped ones. So I've got a few bits to have a go at. 1 second, let me pick my glue gun up. A few bits to have a go at there. Right, I don't know what to do for the best. Let me just look at this Santa in here a second. With a few snowballs in front. Right, I'm just gonna cut these have got bits of wire on because they're to go in wreaths. Okay, so I'm just gonna chop the wire off a couple of these coarse ones. I might put them in the front of there. Let me just give it a quick test. Right, so I've just put 2 snowballs in the front. I'm just going to test it and see what it looks like. Will that still fit? Don't like it, don't like it, don't like it. Right, not those then. Okay, they're too big, too big. I'm just going to glue him in. I'm just going to glue him in and let's see how we go from there. Right, let's see if that just holds it a second. Oops, sorry. Don't want to let go of this. Right, okay, he needs a bit more securing. 1 second. Just need to secure it so it doesn't flop forwards. Right, I had a little bit of an idea, actually. I thought I'd make a little bit of a shelf for it to go on because otherwise this is just balancing on 2 little points and it'll just wobble because I'm only hot gluing it. But if I hot glue it onto a shelf, like so, right, if I hot glue it onto a shelf, it's more stable, it's less likely to topple. I can permanently glue the shelf and just hot glue gun that. So if at any time I want to take it out, I can just remove it, can't I? Plus, I need to put lights in here, so I can put the snowballs in under the shelf and hide the lights a little bit. That is the theory. Okay, so I just made like a little shelf and I decorated it the same, just quickly with that blue paint and the coarse, glitter. Right, the most important thing is getting it straight. Right, so I want to permanently glue and hot fix this shelf on. Oh, the plug had come out. Oh well, right, here we go. Right, let's put some hot glue from the glue gun onto here. Bad workman always blames his tools, so yeah, that was me. It wasn't my tools at all. It was me not plugging it in properly. Let's see what he looks like. See, that's what you can't see. Sorry, that is much better. He sits flat on there now, and I can put the lights and stuff underneath him. Right, I'm gluing him on, but just like I say, hot glue gun because I want to be able to peel him off, just in case. Okay, but at least now we've got a big bit we can put the hot glue on. do actually hate hot glue. I think I hate it, the whole thing. Right, okay. Oh, moaning crafter. Right, okay, I'm just going to stick him now into here. Let me see, let me check. Okay. There he is. In there. I am just going to put some more hot glue on the reverse. Well, it's pretty sturdy actually, pretty. It's not bad. That's not bad at all. Right, okay, so we've secured him now. He's secure around the back. The shelf is also secured around the back. Okay, can you see? Big wedge of glue there just to make sure that he isn't going anywhere. There you go. I haven't repainted him. I wanted him to stay exactly as I found him. Right, now we need to... Oh, God, I've got paint on my top. Never mind. Right, I'm such a scruff, honestly. Such a scruff bag. Right, we need to put stuff underneath here. Do we go for the snowballs? Mixture of snowballs, snowflakes. Oh, no, I like that. I've just dropped that snowflake there and I like it. I like it a lot. Let me move it along. Sort of wedged in, but I'm going to get the hot glue on the back of that to secure that one there. Okay, sorry. That's going to be secured there. If I can just, whoops, try not to smash everything. Just a little blob of glue behind that will secure it. Right, okay, so we've secured that snowflake there. I like that. Okay, what else have we got? That one might be a bit too thick, actually. A bit too big. Maybe a snowball. There we go, a little snowball behind it. Things are best in threes, so maybe one of those snowflakes on the inside. I'm going to put the stuff on the outside as well, but you know, I'm just trying to cobble together something that looks half decent. That's not going to work. Right, stick it on the metal ones. No, just drop it on. Right, sorry. It's really hard when you're making things up as you go along. Right, I'm just going to drop the glue behind that snowflake so it hits the snowflake and it hits the bottom. Right, so that it glues it. There we go. So that you can't see, but I'll show anyway. So it glues it into place from behind. Okay? Because I think that's where I'm going to shove all the lights at the back. So we're getting there. Oh, my snowballs fell out. Let me just put some glue from behind on that one. Oh, right, okay. After a little bit of shouting at myself, I've done it. I've glued them in, okay. The glued in, hot glue gun is playing up just because it hates me. Okay, so there we go. Just trying to get that reflection off there. So that's what we've got so far. We need something else in the background though before we start putting the lights and the back in. Oh gosh, we've also got to put these bells on here. In fact, we'll put the bells on now before it gets too fiddly because I want to add a tree somehow in there. Okay, before we go any further. Right, so let's see if we can remember how to put these back together again. I need the pin again to find the holes. I think you can pretty much see them. Yeah, that's a hole there. This is for the bells, so I'm just going to put these bolts back on. Obviously, you know what, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just making it up as I go along. Okay, we've got that bit on for the bells. Let's stick the bells on. Okay, for now that will do. We've got our bells on there. Sort of taking shape a bit now, isn't it? A little bit. Right, now with those on, I feel more happy about messing about and putting a tree in it. Right, these trees are a bit too big. It's going to need cutting down to go in the back of there. So I think I just need to somehow get some nippers and nip this tree off here. Okay, I just used some scissors and snipped the bottom off. Maybe be able to use it for something. I'm not quite sure. It's just a stumpy little tree. Right, okay, but we can use that bit definitely inside here. Right, how are we going to... Right, let's put some lights in first. Right, I just want them at the bottom, I think. Sorry, I've just unthingied them a bit, unfolded them, unfurled them a bit. Just want them at the back of the Santa, really. Right, so let me just see if I can just pop a bit of glue on these to keep these lights here, just behind the Santa. Let me show you. Okay, just going to pop him behind there. Just be easier if I can just, okay, just to hold him in place. Okay. Right. Cool that down. I'm just, there we go. Thought for a second they didn't work then. That would have been annoying. Let me just turn it round. Let's see what sort of thing we've got going on there. Sorry. Okay, we have got some lights going on at the back of Santa. Let's switch them off. Right, now I want to shoehorn that tree into the back of there. Okay. I know it's really, really tricky to see what I'm doing here. Hopefully you can hear what I'm doing. Right, okay, well I want to put that there. Might just trim the back of that tree down. Okay, you won't be able to see it, it's behind the Santa, but I think I'm just going to trim that back portion down there. Simple as that, okay. Just trim it right away, you won't be able to see it. Let me see if you can tell there. Oh, just trim that back portion right off, just so that when I glue it in there, it's not going to push the back out too much, is it? Okay. I'm just going to give that a second to dry, to set, whatever you want to say. Okay, just leave that there. Right, and we are going to use that. We might as well use that. We've made it, but we just need to make it a little bit bigger, don't we? So as soon as that's dry, I need to make a template of the back of there so that I can stick that onto it and put the back of that onto there. Let me just see what that's like without tipping the tree out. There you can see it's got a tree. So hard to see. There you go, you've got a tree at the back of him there. Can I put anything else in? Might put the second tree in actually. I have got two. You know what, I might as well have that one go right up to the top there. Put it here. Right, let me just hold that down. Oh, God, bit of a mess. Alright, okay. Ouch, mother. Jesus, that's hot. I'm so tired. Honestly, I'm dead tired. It's dead late at night. Oh, gosh. Alright, let's just hold that a little while longer. It's very hot. Tell you what, I'm going to hold it and bring you back when it's finished, when it's dry. Set. Okay, after a bit of fiddling about, I have got the trees now glued in the back, like so. I've got that there. Let's just try the lights, make sure they're still working. The lights are still working. Okay, let's turn them off. Okay, I've drawn around the back of this, okay, to get a back plate. This just get a little bit messy. One second, let me just shove some of this to one side. I've got bits of Christmas tree and all sorts here. Alright, and glitter. Right, so I'm just going to cut that out. That circle, that's the back of the clock. Right, that will go on the back of there. Is it worth... Let me just see if you can see the white of that card on there. Right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to paint. Oh. What's that? Oh, gold. Right, let me just see if I can stick them on there. One sec. There's always a piece missing. There's always a piece left over, isn't there? Right, one sec. Let's see if we can unscrew that. Outside, 1 second. Pop it on there. One sec. Just put it on loosely. Right, let me just... I've got to put my finger on the other side of the bolt, you see, so it doesn't undo. 1 second. Okay, nearly there. That was a close one, wasn't it? I thought they were a bit wobbly. Let me just tighten that up a second. Gosh, that was a close one. Okay, that was close. There we go, little handle. Did you even notice? Right, okay, right, we've got the handle. Let's just sort this out. Let's paint it blue, stick a bit of rock candy on it. You won't see much of it, I only need to paint the edge blue. It okay. Right, we need to make sure we put that up the right way on the back of here. Okay, we've got to squeeze that in. Squeeze that in there. So we want a bit of permanent glue and we want a bit of glue gun. Okay, let's see how this goes. I'm just going to stick the back on, make sure it's the right way round. That's at the bottom. Okay. Just got to hold it round the edge because that is one full thingy, one full clock. That's one full clock case. Oh God, honestly, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Right, here we go. Just holding that down to fix it. Let's get some more hot glue down there, I think. This whole thing is just held together by glue. Oh, honestly, I've used so much glue. Right, I'm just going to hold that down now till it sets, then I'll bring you back. And we'll probably paint the back of that, actually. You won't even believe the trouble that I've had with getting this back on. Obviously, I had to take the trees back out and snip the fronts and the backs flat to try and get it in. It's been a nightmare. I'm covered in glitter. I'm covered in all sorts. Right, I just want to get the back of this covered in paint. Really? Or should I just cover it in felt? Should I just whap a bit of felt on it? What do you think? Shall I glue that down? And then when it's dry, cut around it. You know what? I think I might, because I've made such a pig's ear. Such a pig's ear of that. I think I'm going to. Right, or should we just draw around it? Let's carefully turn this horror bag of a thing around. Honestly, I've had such a nap. The glitter's all on the other side of the glass. I can't get it off. Obviously, you're cleaning it with your jumper. There's just glitter everywhere. Glitter everywhere, glue everywhere. A lot of things need just neatening up because of all the glue. Right, so this has actually turned out to be like a horror make. Certainly something horrid horror stories are made out of. Right, okay. Let's just get this cut. And I'm going to glue it on the back. Sorry, honestly, this is just... Getting that on probably took me about 25 minutes. Just had to take it all out. And then now just everything's covered in glitter. Right, whoop, bit of tacky glue on the back of there. Oh, not everything can go to plan, I suppose. See if we can neaten it up a little bit. I've still got to decorate the front edge of this anyway, if we're not anywhere near finished yet. To put our bit of felt a lot nicer there. Might even put ribbon around the outside edge, just to neaten it up. We do have some nice ribbon, so we might as well. We'll hot glue this ribbon just around this, just to neaten this. The edge is so gluey here. Such a gluey edge. If we put that on there, it's going to neaten it up and hide everything, okay? Hide it all. Just start with a blob there in a second. Glue the lights on the back while we're here. There we go. That has definitely neatened that up lovely. There we go. That's given that a nice neat edge to it. Okay. Right, so what we're going to do now is decorate the front. Okay. I absolutely can't do anything about all the glitter that's floating about inside there, but with the light on, actually, it looks quite nice. So what I want to do is I want to put something on the front of here. Alright, I think we might build around that one there. So I'm going to put that on a piece of card just to make it a little bit sturdier. Right, there we go, bit of card. I'm just going to cut that out. It did have a white border on it, but I'm going to cut that white border off. Okay, there we go. Just makes that sticker a little bit stiffer to use. Okay, so I'm just going to stick that there. I'm going to work around it. Right, so I'm going to stick that there on it. Then we're going to add, should we add her anyway or not? Maybe it's go outside. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Just seeing what works and what doesn't. Quite like that star. 1 second. Got a couple of these wooden stars here. I think they're just like tree decorations. Another one of those. I think that one there. Another one of those that's on the inside there, maybe. Or a little one. Maybe a little one. Just to cover that hole. Right, hang on, let me just check what sort of greenery we've got. 1 second. Ooh, got some like fake mistletoe. Hang on a second. Fake mistletoe, let's see. Maybe 1 sprig of that. Let me just cut it up and see. We can try, can't we? Behind it, do you think? Sorry, let's just see. Do you want it to go? Okay. I think we are getting somewhere now. Still needs something else though. Still needs a little bit of something. Right, we've got a frozen Charlotte, maybe. A frozen Charlotte and something. I don't know. Hang on. What have we got? I like the centre of this. If we can just pop it off. Oh yes. I do like the centre of that. A bit smaller. One sec. Put a bit of glue on the end of it. Sorry, you can't see because I've just gone off screen. I'm going to stick that there. Okay, sorry, let's see. This is what we're up to so far. I'm thinking a little baby. It's cold outside. Well, you know what? There's Santa. It's cold. Baby, sort of. Let's stick her on there. She's a sort of a baby, isn't she? Frozen Charlotte. Let's have a see how we want her first. Do we want a straight? I think we do. I think we want a straight. Right, baby, it's cold outside, so that's our baby. And she is cold. So, sorry, just holding her on there. In the middle of that, all that there. Okay. We're not far off now, I don't think. I would like to use one of these. Let me just pick one. Festive holiday 25 Santa. We've got a Santa one. There we go. Then these are the Tim Holtz little ideology festive tag things. Oops. You get quite a lot in that actually, and it's not a big deal of money, about £7, something like that. And you do get lots, and I have used a few already. Right, okay, so I think I've got some tinsel somewhere. A little bit of that tinsel ribbon knocking about. Messy table, as per usual. I did have a bit of tinsel. There it is. There it is, a little bit of the Tim Holtz, from the Tim Holtz ribbons there. Tinsel. That will hold that nicely. Okay. So far, so good. I'm just going to have a look at it for a minute to make sure that we've got enough on it. 1 second. I like that little effect. Ouch! That's hot glue on the table. Oh. I can't see it. Can you see that little bit of a leaf coming out of the back of the frozen Charlotte there? Just a nice little effect. Alright, do we want some more along here? Snowballs. Yep, I think I'll have a snowball. Put a bit of glue on it. Right, I think this near disaster is about to be revealed. Right, just give me 2 seconds. Just going to give it a bit of a check over and then I'm going to reveal it. Right, we finished it and here it is. Let me tell you, there's a few bits that you haven't seen that were really, really quite traumatic. Okay, there you go. Oops, there is Santa riding his bike. I'm just going to take it close so you can see the frozen Charlotte with that leaf that I cut out here. I just wanted that little effect behind that. You've got the lovely clear glitter on there as well. You've got the Santa tag over here. Oops, it's falling over. There you go. You've got the two. I'll bring you close so you can see the two trees in the background, plus the glittery background as well. Sorry, let's get him straight. He's got snowflakes and snowballs underneath him. Baby, it's cold, and there's our baby over there. Got the Santa tag. A little bit of an embellishment going on there. But yeah, there you have it. There is our little, I don't know what you call it, Christmas diorama piece that was inspired by Charlotte's clock that she gave me. Inspired, but not totally copied, okay? Oops. There you go. There he is. I can just peel him off because all I've done is hot glued him in there. So should I want to, he's perfectly, as was found, in good condition. So if you've enjoyed that, please press the like, because let me tell you, that was a hard one. That really was quite, honestly, getting that back on there, I had to take the trees off. I didn't bother showing you that because it was just traumatic. I had to trim the trees front and back to make them narrower at the bottom. Okay, just so you know, in case you do that and they're so big, just cut off the trees from the front and the back, but not the top bit that you see, okay? And it fits in because it was just too wide. Gluing, just traumatic, didn't show it. So yeah, please, thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Crafts is not our main thing. Mudlarking is our main thing. Crafts is just an extra that we do with some of the finds that we find out mudlarking, tiplarking, bottle dump digging, whatever you like to call it. Okay, so until the next one, goodbye, and thank you for sticking with this one because it was a real tricky one. And thank you to Charlotte again for the inspiration.